There's another runner up there, and if I wasn't already running, I would have major FOMO. Do you have the same thing? See somebody running, and even if you've already done your run for the day, you think, oh man, I'm jealous. I wish I was running too. So this is my full review of the Razor 4 after 170 miles, a little more than 170 actually. So what does that mean? Well, it means two things. One, I procrastinated putting together this full review, and two, it means that I had a really hard time not running in these shoes, and that's a good thing. All right, so we're gonna talk about four main topics. We're gonna talk about the build, the comfort, the performance, and the value of the shoe. But first, let's talk about the specs of the shoe. Voiceover Chad, over to you. The Skechers Razor 4 is a neutral road running shoe great for tempo and daily running. It features a mono mesh upper, HyperBurst Pro supercritical midsole, Goodyear Performance outsole, Hyper Arc rocker for smooth transition from midfoot through toe off, Arch Fit podiatrist certified removable insole, weighs in at 181 grams or 6.4 ounces in a men's size 9, 30 millimeter heel stack, 26 millimeter forefoot for a 4 millimeter drop, and has a US MSRP of $145. Back to you, Chad. Okay, so let's talk about the build first. You know, Skechers always surprises me, and it shouldn't at this point. When it comes to the build, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. You know, on the surface, you get your Goodyear rubber outsole, you get your slab of high performance midsole foam, and a decent upper that isn't anything to write home about. But then when it all comes together in a complete package, it's really, really nice. Build quality is great. No issues after 170 miles at all. The outsole rubber is lasting a very long time, and you can tell from the B-roll here that it just has very little wear. I really expect the outsole to last the entire life of the shoe, a very long time. The build of the midsole is very nice. They did a great job with that TPU midsole. It just lasts. It's a really good midsole. More on that in the comfort and the performance. And then the upper, yeah, it's made really well. That mesh is new. It's a little different than the Skechers shoes of the past. Certainly a different upper than the Razor 3, but I would say it's probably a little more durable, a little more adaptive to your foot. There's been absolutely no pinching or hot spots, blisters, none of that jazz at all. So the build is really, really good. I would give the build an 8 out of 10. That's pretty good. On to the comfort. So starting with the outsole again, the outsole, mentioned it lasts a long time. It's really grippy, really surprising. Again, I shouldn't be surprised. Goodyear rubber that Skechers has been implementing in their shoes has always been actually really good, but I feel like they've refined the formula just a little bit, and it feels like it's just a little grippier in this shoe compared to their shoes in the past. The comfort of the upper is really nice. Let me show you the tongue. So it's kind of got this butterfly effect, which is really nice. And then because it dips down here in the center, you don't get absolutely any rubbing at all into your ankle. So it's a little wider than normal and lightly padded. Just a great tongue. The only thing to maybe make it better would be to make it gusseted on both sides, but honestly hasn't been a problem. It doesn't really move around on you, and it's wide enough that it lays on top of your foot very nicely. And then you get a really good secure comfortable hold. The way the laces and the shoe just wraps around your foot. Ah, money. Good job, Skechers. As I alluded to earlier, the upper is nothing fancy. There's no like extra reinforced welded overlays or extra pieces of fabric on the medial or lateral side of the shoe. But there's something that Skechers did that just makes it a good, secure hold that's comfortable, and you can use the shoe on all kinds of runs because of that. But not getting ahead of myself, more on that when we talk about performance. The heel and ankle is lightly padded, gives you a really good secure hold in the ankle. It's just really nice. Yeah, not sure what else to say. It's really good. Again, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and it just really came together well, all in this shoe. And I would give the comfort of the shoe a 8.5 out of 10. So how would I describe the performance of the shoe? I would describe it as universally phenomenal. For example, I'm at mile 17 of my 20-mile run today in these shoes. Yesterday, I ran an easy recovery run in these shoes. The day before that, I ran a tempo run in these shoes. And all of those runs were great. This shoe has been phenomenal in all of those different types of runs. And that's what I love about this shoe so much. It's kind of your do-it-all daily trainer. The performance of the outsole has been great. The upper has performed very nicely. The shoe's nice and lightweight, which always feels good, especially when you want to pick up the pace. But this midsole, that HyperBurst Pro midsole, oh, it is awesome. It's squishy, but has really good return. And the more you put into it, the more it gives back. So the faster you go in this shoe, the more it feels like it's bouncing and propelling you back. You also get a little bit of a rocker shape in the forefoot, which really promotes and particularly rewards that midfoot to toe off, forefoot toe off strike. So if you're looking for a single shoe that can do it all, this might be the shoe for you. I would give performance 8.5 to 9 out of 10. Good job. Now let's talk about the value of the shoe. So Skechers lists this shoe US MSRP at $145. You can find it as of the recording of this video for I think it was $135. It may have been $130 actually on Running Warehouse. You know, at $145, I would say that's on the upper end of the price range that I would be willing to pay for this shoe. But for $130, or even if it were cheaper, if you were able to find it for $120, I would say that would be a great value. So you're getting a really good shoe with a phenomenal midsole that's gonna last a really long time. I mean, my biggest takeaway is that this shoe feels just as good as it did on day one, which is saying a lot after 170 miles. So at $145, and if this was your only shoe, it's probably a good value, something worth considering for sure. At $120, that's a great value, and I would definitely recommend it for that cheaper price range if you can find it on sale. So we're gonna put the value of $145 at a 7 out of 10. If you can find it for $120 or cheaper, I would say that value's closer to 9 out of 10. My conclusion of the Skechers Performance Razor 4 after 170 miles. Do I recommend the shoe? Yes, I recommend the shoe. It has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed running in it. And again, the shoe feels just as good now as it did on day one. And let me know down in the comments, is the Razor 4 a shoe that you think might make an appearance in your shoe rotation? Or do you think something else is better for you? Let me know down in the comments. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you subscribing to the channel. I've got some more shoe reviews coming. I'm getting a new Puma trail shoe and a Puma road shoe soon, so stay tuned for that. Got some trail runs, trail races, including a 50-mile and a 100K. So make sure you're subscribed and you can check out those videos when I publish them. Okay, enough rambling, and my arm is getting tired of holding the camera up. Maybe I need to do some more upper body exercises. Okay, I will see you on the next video. Thanks for joining me almost home on this 20-mile run. Beautiful morning. Remember to be consistent, express gratitude, and enjoy every mile as I am today. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.